Visit isleofwight.co.uk.
Vic King, I'm the Secretary of the Harp on Wight International Festival. I'm here with my colleagues Anna, Carol, Tony and Melina. And it's appropriate that Michelangelo's restaurant, it's the spiritual home of Harp on Wight, because it was here in 2014 that the idea for the festival was first formulated. And our director, Anna, has a few words of welcome.
Welcome to everyone. So this year would have been our 7th festival since we started. Unfortunately, due to the situation, we will postpone the normal festival to next year, but we don't want to leave you alone. So this year we have organized a virtual festival that we hope will keep you in touch with us. What we miss is really your presence, just to be here all together. We are missing your hugs, we are missing your smiles, but in this way, with a virtual festival, there will be the possibility to keep in touch, and then next year, when the whole festival will be available as normal, so we will recover from all this time. Meanwhile, enjoy this festival, virtual festival, and I want to thank all the musicians that have supported us and has accepted to collaborate for this festival. And I want to thank also all the musicians of the past and all people that took part of the festival, because this is a festival that has been made year by year with the collaboration of everyone. Every single person has given a detail, has given a step, and has helped us to make the festival as it is now. Thank you very much.
I'm Fran Barsby, and this is the Harp on Wight online technique surgery. Each year people can come to me and talk about their pains in their arms, back, neck, hands, problems with playing, just to see if I've got any ideas to help them sort out. So today I've got a dozen things, so dozen points, or checklist if you like, to check you're doing everything correctly, and hopefully if you've got a little twinge or a little pain, this will help. So check number 1, we're going to work from bottom up. Check that your feet are flat. You need to have your feet flat to make sure that you are supporting your entire body from the bottom up. If your feet are curled underneath you, you immediately find you're either leaning forward or back. So make sure that you're sitting in a position where you're fully supported by your feet. Number 2, make sure you're sitting on the edge of your stool. Lots of people sit on chairs and they sit quite far back. This means you're not supporting yourself with your feet and your legs. You're balancing yourself, especially if you can't touch the floor properly, with your bottom. So move yourself forward, make sure you're really, really solid from the base and down into your legs. Next one, this might seem obvious, but make sure you're sitting straight. If you're slouched or hunched or leaning back for the high parts of your harp, if you're trying to see what you're doing, you're going to cause yourself some back and neck problems. So make sure you're sitting up and straight. Number 4, make sure that your knees are on your harp. Your knees should be holding the harp. So I don't know whether you can see, but make sure there is a slight gap. Your harp should either be resting or slightly off your right hand shoulder. The harp should be supported entirely by your knees. If you've got the right balance point for your harp, you should hardly feel any weight on your knees as well. This means when you go high, you can also push the harp away from you, which means you don't have to bend your back further backwards or hunch or twist to see those strings. You've got a really good view. So when you're at the bottom of the harp's fully next to you, and as you go further away, you can squeeze the harp away. So tying into my last point, make sure that the harp is twisted, so it's not straight, you're not pulling it straight towards your head, it's twisted towards your right hand shoulder. Make sure there's a slight gap between your shoulder and the harp, or it's just resting but you don't feel any weight, and that you are facing forward. You keep yourself facing forward and you move the harp. Always move the harp, not yourself. So you shouldn't be twisting. You want to also think about your eyes being in line with the levers. If your eyes are in line with the levers, this will mean it's really easy for you to keep your shoulders down. If you're getting some shoulder pain, it's very common for us to, when we're nervous or if we're trying to look at what we're doing, or to pull our elbows in and hunch and pull those shoulders up. So just make sure those shoulders are down, relaxed, down and back. So you've got loads of space, I call it armpit breathing space, between you and the harp. General point number 8, I think we're on now. So make sure that your hand is rounded, your fingers are pointing down and your thumb is pointing up. That creates the nicest sound possible, and it's the best position for your forearms. If you're getting a lot of pain on your forearms, check that you're not tilting your hand up like this. Check that hand's in the right position, in the correct position, and you're nice and soft and relaxed in the palm. You don't want to be really angular, nice and soft, like you're holding a baby octopus. If you haven't quite got that rounded position, you can try and tilt your fingers so they're not, you could be playing too horizontally with the fingertips, so you can tilt your fingers until you've reached, I play very sort of vertically, but that's the shape of my hand. I've got quite long fingers, so work with your hand and try and make that rounded shape in the hand by just repositioning your fingers on the strings. Next, make sure that you're not hugging your elbows in towards the harp. Make sure your elbows are out and you're almost parallel to the floor. So you want soft arms, not flying arms, but as I said before, armpit breathing space, and make sure you've got a lot of space and you're really relaxed in your forearms on both sides. So even though you're resting on the right hand wrist, you still want a lot of space in this area here. Next up, head position. Make sure you're always looking in a straight line. Lots of people tend to look at their harp rather than looking straight. And you can push your harp away so you can see all of the strings. You don't want to be bending your neck. That's what causes neck problems. So always move the harp, not you. When you're playing, you want to make sure each string you are squeezing, playing, coming all the way into the palm of your hand, and then hopping out like your hands are made of hot potatoes, like the game hot potatoes. So you're coming straight out again. That's what makes the string ring, and that's what keeps your fingers, especially in fast passages, from getting too stiff. So just make sure every time you play, you're squeezing, playing, coming in, and then relaxing. Squeeze, play, in, relax. See, which also causes some hand problems, are those fifth fingers. We don't use them, so they often fly high like this, like you're having a nice little English tea and some scones. So make sure they're following the fourth finger. They sort of move together. They're on the same tendon, I think. So make sure the fifth finger is best friends with the fourth finger and moves with it. And that will stop you getting some pains all the way down here. Thank thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any more specific complaints, maybe with a certain type of piece, or you've got a problem that I haven't listed yet, please do comment below and I'll try and keep an eye on it and I'll answer your questions. We've got loads of amazing concerts, so please do visit our website www.harponwight.co.uk to see a whole list of concerts and other workshops for our online festival this year. There's some amazing concerts and amazing harpists involved, so thank you very much for your support.
Due,